Phones on stun, please.
Good evening. I would like to call the Monday, June 27th, 2022 Blue Springs Planning Commission meeting to order. Would everyone please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Could I get a roll call, please?
Commissioner Sanderson?
Present.
Commissioner Peel?
Present.
Commissioner Morton?
Present.
Commissioner Billups?
Present.
Commissioner Stokenberry?
Present.
Commissioner Graham?
Present.
Commissioner Rohr?
Present.
Chairperson Cradoff?
Present. Thank you and welcome everyone this evening and those watching from home. Tonight's agenda consists of Item 1A, the minutes from the June 13th Planning Commission meeting. Item 2, site plan design review from Summit Behavioral Services. Item 3, preliminary plat for Summit Behavioral Services. Item 4, final plat for Summit Behavioral Services. Item 5, other business. And Item 6, adjournment. At this time, I would entertain a motion on the consent agenda for the approval of the June 13th, 2022 meeting minutes.
So moved.
I have a from Commissioner
Graham.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Sanders. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? That motion carries. Item 2. The next item on the agenda is Item 2, Site Plan Review, SPDR-0622-8315 for Summit Behavioral Services. Agenda 3, Preliminary Plat, PP-0622-8316, and Agenda 4, Final Plat, PF-06-228316 will be heard concurrently. At this time, I will ask for the staff's presentation. Ms. Wright?
Before you this evening are requests for a preliminary plat, site plan design review, and final plat for Summit Behavioral Services at 2100 Northwest 7 Highway and 615 Northwest Manor Drive. The property is zoned GB and has an active conditional use permit to allow for the school, elementary, middle, or high use at this location. The site encompasses approximately 1.15 acres. The applicant is not proposing any modifications to the site currently addressed as 2100 Northwest 7 Highway, except for the required 5-foot ADA compliant sidewalk along Northwest 7 Highway. Therefore, the applicant is requesting the UDC requirements for that parcel be waived. The applicant is proposing a parking lot expansion at 615 Northwest Manor Drive to accommodate the required parking for staff. The parking lot expansion will add 9 standard spaces and 1 handicap space for a total of 32 standard spaces and 2 handicap spaces. Per the Schedule C parking memo provided, that will be sufficient for the anticipated users of the site. Also, the expansion will allow for better traffic circulation through the site for the pickup and drop-off of attendees. The landscape requirements on 615 Northwest Manor Drive have been met. Since the 2100 Northwest 7 Highway site is not being altered, it is considered legal nonconforming for landscaping. The applicant has provided an enhanced buffer of 125% of the requirement along the eastern property line to screen the proposed parking from the view of the adjacent duplexes. The applicant has also provided details on the trash enclosure, bike parking, and outdoor lighting, all of which meet the UDC requirements. Prior to building permit approval for the parking lot expansion, the site is also required to be platted. Both the preliminary and final plat have been provided. As part of the platting process, the construction of a 5-foot ADA compliant sidewalk along Northwest 7 Highway is required. No road improvements are being required, and all the necessary easements and dedications have been provided. Staff recommends approval of the site plan design review with 1 condition, approval of the preliminary plat with 4 conditions, and approval of the final plat with 3 conditions, and I'm here for any questions. That's it.
Are there any questions for staff from the commissioners?
Sure.
Commissioner Peel.
Adair, I understand there's going to be another driveway at some point put in towards Manor Road, is that correct?
or?
Yes, let me see here.
Is there a projected date for that? Is that going to be soon, or is that?
For the access drive installation, I would ask the applicant, that's upon building permits.
Okay, number two, the monument sign that is currently there, are they going to keep that sign and then just put their labeling on it, or are they?
Yes, yes, and they have turned in a signed permit application for that.
Okay, will that come through the alternate, or the master alternative sign plan?
No, since it's a legal non-conforming sign, refaces are allowed to happen without having to amend the sign plan or come into conformance with current code.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Bill. Are there any other questions from the commissioners? Okay, thank you. Would the applicant like to come forward and speak?
Sure. I'm actually not the applicant. I'm representing Mr. Dan Matthews, who owns Summit Behavior. We're proposing to do construction for him, helping him with the engineering. I guess I can try to answer any.
Just before you continue, could I ask you to give your name, please?
Oh, sorry. My name is Eric Kibbe, Rocktown Construction.
Okay, you may continue.
So, I mean, it's correct that the additional drive entrance coming off of Manor helps circulate their traffic flow because they are a school for autistic kids. So it's typically buses kind of coming and going. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and a few private, well, I shouldn't say private cars, but he has transportation services that provides kind of private transportation for the same. That just facilitates the easier drop-off pickup for the kids, makes it a little bit easier for buses to get through. Other than that, kind of, I mean, what you see is what we're trying to do, I guess.
Okay, thank you. Does the commission have any questions that they have for the applicant at this time?
Chair?
Commissioner Peel.
Eric, could I recall you up to the stand?
Sure.
That additional driveway that's going to be opened up for Manor, is there an anticipated date for that construction?
Pending permits approval, hoping to get started on construction probably around the 1st of August. Hopefully be complete end of August, 1st of September. Hopefully the planting kind of early October just because of the planting time. Best survival rate on trees and grass and so on and so forth.
Okay, what about, you talked about the buses entering the drive. How do you see that working? Because it looks like they almost have to turn around and go back out the same way.
Most of them are the smaller buses. So as they come in off the 7 highway and turn on to Manor, they should be able to circulate in from the east, which is the new entrance.
Okay,
Pull up, drop off, and that way the door would be facing the school for them,
right.
and leave through the west entrance.
Good job. All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner. Are there any more questions from the commissioners? Any further discussion? Okay, at this time, I'll ask for a motion on the site plan design review.
Chair?
Commissioner Peel.
I move that site plan design review SPDR 06228315 for Summit Behavioral Services with the one condition be approved as submitted by staff.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Rourke. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with one staff condition. Now we'll move forward and ask for a motion on the preliminary plat.
Chair?
Commissioner Peel.
I move that preliminary plat PP 06228316 for Summit Behavioral Services and the 4 conditions be approved as submitted by staff.
Thank you, Commissioner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Commissioner Rourke. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with 4 staff conditions. At this time, I'll ask for a motion on the final plat.
Chair?
Commissioner Peel.
I move that final plat PF 06228317 for Summit Behavioral Services, along with the 3 conditions, be approved as submitted by staff.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Commissioner Rohr. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carried with 3 staff conditions, and this item will be recommended and heard by the City Council at their Tuesday, July 15th meeting at 6 p.m. Moving on to the next item, number 5, other business. Our next scheduled meeting is on Monday, July 11th, 2022. That's about all we have here. Does the staff have any other business?
No, we do not.
Thank you. Does the commissioners have any other business? If there is no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
I have a motion from Commissioner Peel. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Commissioner Stokenberry. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? This meeting is adjourned. Good night.
Aye.